Hey guys, today I am back to produce another track for a song I've never heard before. I'm taking the vocals from a song that exists already without listening to the original version and then creating an instrumental to go with it without any context. At the end, when my track's finished, I can go back and finally listen to the original to see how the two compare. If it's your first time here, I also release my own original music. It's out on all streaming platforms, so wherever you like to listen, you can find it there. I'll put a link below in the description, so it's super easy to get to. Make sure to check that out when you have a chance. Alright, let's get started. For today, I'm going to be working with I Love You by MARINA off her latest album, Princess of Power. It's been a while since I've listened to any of her music, and to be honest, I haven't kept up a ton with what she's been up to lately, so I'm really not sure where this is going to go. But I have the acapella here. I'll also put a link to this so you can check it out too if you kind of want to play along and hear the version that I'm hearing first as well. So go ahead and pause this, take a listen to that if you want to, and I'm going to listen to. Okay, cool. That first melody and whatever that is, the verse or the intro thing is really weird, but in a cool way. And it has a super clear hook. It kind of is giving me like a bit of a K-pop vibe, but yeah, let's get into it. So today I'm going to work just with this Place Pack. This was one of the new ones for this week. It's Solstice Raw Techno by Sennheiser. I love a Sennheiser pack, so I feel like this will be a good one. Lots of good samples to work with. I think I'm going to start with some kind of synth, just to get an idea of like the chord progressions in each of the sections, kind of where I want to go with that. Okay, so let's see what kind of synth sounds are in here. Okay, I'm gonna put this in Serum. Okay, we gotta get some bass in here. I don't know about this synth thing. I like this. Okay, let's do some kind of 4 on the floor thing here. Okay, give me like a snare situation, a clap, a snare. These samples were tuned right, so it was really hard to get those set up to actually start working with, but I'm glad we're here. That's cool. Okay. Is there something you like? La la la, you like? Something you like? Okay, we need some other synth. I'm just cutting out the intro because I like where it starts right here in this first thing, so we're just gonna skip whatever that beginning part is. Okay, so I think this is done. I kept the track pretty simple. It's definitely giving kind of like disco, electro vibes. I feel like the verses and the hook are maybe in different keys, or there's some kind of like modulation thing going on there in a weird scale. So it was a little difficult to figure out how exactly to transition between those two sections smoothly. And also, I don't know what's going on with the sample pack, but the first few bass samples were not in tune, so it took a while figuring out the right place to set those. So that was a little bit frustrating, but we got there in the end. And yeah, let's just run through some of the main pieces before we take a listen through. Okay, so we have a bass here. There's this little synth pluck just as a higher layer. And then we have our drums here. And then just a bunch of effects and automation to make it a little more dynamic throughout the different sections. I didn't want to go too crazy because there's so much happening in the vocals. So I tried to keep it pretty simple in the production, not too many different elements. So yeah, okay, let's listen through. Here we go.
Everything is patient now. Is this something you like? La la la, you like? Is this something you like? Is this something you like? La la la, you like? I'm gonna tell you tonight. 'Cause I love you, and I know that you want me to. I want you, and I know that you want me to. I love you, I'm ready to make you mine. Where are all the parties now? I wanna make my way around town. Pink on purple, blue and gold, glitter costumes, vintage clothes. Get on stage, take a bow. Marry me, let's make a vow. Gin martini, smoking gold. Let's make a party of our own. Is this something you like? La la la, you like? Is this something you like? Is this something you like? La la la, you like? Gonna tell you tonight. 'Cause I love you, and I know that you want me to. I want you, and I know that you want me to. I love you, I'm ready to make you mine. Having you tonight, tonight, tonight. Having you tonight, tonight, tonight. Having you tonight. I wanna feel your body.
All right, let me know what you guys think. It's time to listen to the original now. Let's pull that up. Definitely a lot of disco influences. It's like super ABBA. A lot more laid back than I was expecting, I think. Maybe after last week's Ava Max, I was just really going full synth on it. still in that mood as usual, but it was cool. Yeah, I'm excited to listen to the rest of her album. But yeah, even with this track, I think kind of similarly to what I did in mine, even though they were really different sounds, it still wasn't too many elements going on, mostly like the drums and bass, and obviously they had like kind of those like disco string elements in that breakdown section and in the chorus. Have you guys listened to this album? What do you think so far? Let me know in the comments. And again, if you have any suggestions on other songs I should use for this series, leave those there as well. All right, thanks for watching and see you next time.